Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? It is Thursday night, August 25th, and we are here for another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind.
What the hell?
That was my phone going off, folks, as I had the episode up on my screen, and I was monitoring the live chat. So, sorry about that.
All right. Yeah, no, it looks like something's up with the keyframe intervals. It doesn't want to behave. So it looks like we're kind of stuck for the moment, but it also looks like we're good for the time being.
We're good for the time being, so apologies in advance.
Yeah, no,
if this happens again.
This is apparently going to be a whoopsie-doopsie. Shit's going to lag. Sorry about that. Give me 5 seconds. Let me do something to your phone real quick. Blair and Blair. There.
Okay, thank you. I'm your host, Zay Casabona, also founder of this awesome, amazing channel that you guys are subscribed to, and also the main host of our flagship show, The Ravens Flock.
Yep, that would be this fucking guy. He's the one responsible for the show, the channel.
And joining me behind the camera is the host of the Black Files, my attack partner for Wrestle Wrewind, the man who puts in the man hours behind all the videos that we produce on this channel every single week. A man who will not be stopped by any technical difficulties, including the lagging of tonight, Mr. Juan Arauz.
Thank you for that introduction, Jose. Don't you ever forget the Mister.
And much like all our other shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on youtube.com/theravensflock and twitch.tv/theravensflock online. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all of our media content. And of course, leave your questions and comments down below and we will answer them during the duration that we are live.
But pray tell, Jose, what do we do on Wrestle Rewind?
Well, we review 3 of the most watched wrestling programs here in the United States. That is WWE's NXT 2.0, All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling on Access TV. And I just thought of something really cool, really clever to say. Instead of hit the notification bell, ring the bell. Ding, ding.
Yeah, but
no,
I
that
can't
sounds
do a
corny.
thing, no.
I know, that sounds corny.
It's a
anyways.
little on the nose. And I want to say hi to everyone on the chat. Nikki Bella, Kurisathi Rando-san, V's channel. Mistress Meg was on earlier. It looks like Bunda is back over here. He's blaming Angel for the catastrophe we were dealing with. I
agree with him. Angel, it's your fault.
No, it's not Angel's fault. Angel's a psychopath, but he doesn't know the first thing about tech.
I'll get him later.
Yeah, sure.
And I saw I also saw my future Taco Bell friend, Special Snowflake, earlier, but
and,
I guess
we also
she
see Jen
peaced out.
Cute Pearson on the chat. Round 2. Hi everyone. Yes, Special Snowflake. How's it going, Snowflake?
Oh, Snowflake is back?
Saying that there's 14
wait. Is
tabs
Snowflake
open.
back? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yay!
Snowflake isn't here on the chat yet, but she's around somewhere.
Okay, well, hopefully she does pop up. So anyway, so let's get to it. So in the current landscape of pro wrestling, we are less than a week and a half away from AEW's annual pay-per-view event, All Out, which will be in Chicago, Illinois on Sunday, September 4th. However, another event that's simultaneously booked on the same day is WWE NXT's pay-per-view event, NXT's World Collide, where it's the one time of the year where wrestlers from NXT and NXT UK go head-to-head in competition. I'm sorry. I had to make a Survivor Series joke.
Stupid-ass Survivor Series joke. I ought to smack you, but that would only show that I'm not in control of myself, and I don't want to do that. Temp, say I didn't realize what happened. No, you're all right, Temp. That's because earlier tonight we had a goofy-doof. Something was up, and we were lagging like a mofo. We were lagging like we were running on like 128 kph.
Yeah,
like the KBS freaking.
It looked like we were running on net zero dial-up.
Yeah, not dial-up modem. Like freaking AOL crap.
Oh man.
And yeah. And Bunda said earlier, and also, hi, Hassan Terrell, you made it to Wrestle Rewind. And yeah, Bunda said earlier he's got some shit to say about AEW. Don't we all? Trust me, I share the same opinions.
We're going to get to it when we get to it. But let's go ahead and talk about this week's edition of WWE NXT 2.0. So, the show opens up with the NXT champion Braun Breaker cutting a babyface promo against the NXT United Kingdom champion Tyler Bate. A little background on Tyler Bate. He is a 2-time NXT UK champion, the NXT UK Heritage Cup winner. He also held the NXT tag titles and the UK tag titles with his tag partner Tread 7, one half of Mustache Mountain.
What
and
the Mustache Mountain?
Yeah.
Is that what passes for a tag team name in the UK land of NXT?
It's clever.
It's silly.
And it works. And also, a fun little fact.
Notice how little I'm arguing against it. I'm just done. Just stick me already. I'm fucking...
Fun fact. Tyler Bate was 19 years old when he won his very first NXT UK Championship in 2017 in a first tournament that was held in England in 2017.
Wait, you gotta be kidding me. He was only 19 years old? Also, shit, Temp is on the chat. Hello, Temp. He's over here saying hi to everybody, to Jen and Kodisi. And yes, Hassan, we ask him this, what he always does. But anyway,
let's not even address
19 years old?
He was 19 years old.
I thought that Braun Breaker being 22 and freaking, launched into not a freaking rocket to the moon or whatever. He got shot out of the WWE railgun of god dang NXT. Holy crap.
It is pretty cool.
And don't worry about missing the restart, missing the start, by the way, Temp. He dropped in a $6, rupee, I guess, super chat. Thank you by the way. He's saying just a little thing for fun, missing the start. No, you're okay.
You're okay. You didn't miss
the entire show.
We had to restart the show because we had technical issues ourselves. You're fine.
Yeah, we had a really lousy start. We were lagging. We were looking like we were on freaking like Jose said, like net zero dial-up modem internet. It was bullcrap.
Now that being said, getting back to the promo, it was a very standard back and forth babyface promo. Each champion praising one champion praising the other, and then they started talking, and they pretty much laid out what we've already predicted. It was already written on the wall at NXT World Collide. Champion versus champion, winner takes all. They're going to have a unification match.
It's going to be basically the official dissolution of NXT UK. And yeah, we could just call you Jen. We appreciate that, Jen. Thank you for that. So, like WWE had two NXT brands. NXT here in the United States was just regularly called NXT, but the other one called NXT UK, which was obviously based in Europe, based in the United Kingdom. A lot of European stars, a couple of other foreign stars making their name across the pond. And apparently the entire idea that WWE has got is that they're going to relaunch next year and they're going to rebrand it NXT Europe so that folks can get a better idea of like, okay, even though it was called NXT UK, it was really meant to be more, like international?
More international because Triple H, in earlier reports like a couple of years ago, Triple H had expressed interest in wanting to go into a global expansion with NXT, and he pitched ideas of having NXT in India, NXT in Japan.
Which would have been crazy. Like, okay, you got NXT in Japan, say bye-bye to New Japan Pro Wrestling and all those freaking guys. That would have been nuts.
Yeah, I know.
And Christy says, like, oh, she hasn't forgotten NXT UK due to a case of Casabona. It's all your fault, Jose. You're the one who killed NXT UK. Oh, damn it. No, I'm kidding. Well, the official dissolution and the official dissolving of NXT UK is going to happen on Sunday, September 4th at NXT World Collide.
Absolutely. And you know what?
It's a title unification, and they're going to be unifying everything.
They're going to be unifying everything. And I took the entire week to actually binge watch some of the best matches from NXT UK.
I hope to God these guys don't pull a stupid, what's-his-face, Warner Brothers Discovery and just scrap all the footage and delete it from all public record. I hope these guys realize, you know what? It might not have been a long-lasting experiment, but this was fun. People like these matches. Let's keep that catalog.
Yeah, I know, exactly. So let's go ahead.
Meg made it to the stream. She's back, and so is Special Snowflake.
Hey,
Yay!
Special Snowflake, my future Taco Bell buddy. How you doing?
Holy crap, yay. And Mistress Meg made it back, yes.
All right, so let's go ahead and continue with the exciting match of the night, which is the official in-ring NXT 2.0 debut of the top gaijin, Blair Davenport, former AEW wrestler B. Priestley.
Holy shit. Is that who I think it is that she's wrestling there?
That's Indy Hartwell.
Is that our girl, Indy?
That is Indy Hartwell.
No, don't wrestle Indy Hartwell. She's been through so much. We can't do that to her.
So last...
Oh, shit. Well, but then again, it's the top gaijin,
yeah.
Crap.
So on last week's segment of NXT, Blair Davenport tore up the love letter that was Indy Hartwell's that came from Dexter Loomis, and she pretty much staked her claim that she's gonna make waves in the women's division. And here she wasted no time in gaining control of this match, using every underhanded tactic in her book. And then later on in the match, Indy Hartwell was able to mount a comeback. She was able to lay her out with a couple of her moves, a spine buster, and just when it looked like she was going to win.
She who?
That's what it looked like Indy Hartwell was going to win. Blair Davenport pulls another underhanded trick with the referee's back turn and was able to sneak a win. Your winner, Blair Davenport.
Ah, crap. Wow, she's really rubbing it in our face. Apparently, she blew up the picture.
Oh, no, you want to rub it in the face?
Also, Snowflake in the chat saying, doing good and waiting for the day we could actually eat some tacos. Yay.
Yes, we will. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I need to talk to Michael first.
Yeah, it's like,
I mean, talk to Toy Slasher first.
Excuse me, Michael. May I please take your girlfriend out for some lunch?
But to add insult to injury, after the match, Blair Davenport then drove her knee at the face of Indy Hartwell, knocking her out.
Dick move!
Before entering a promo segment with NXT Women's Champion Mandy Rose and NXT UK Women's Champion, the final boss, Miko Satomura.
That would be the badass Japanese lady in the grapefruit orange red blazer jacket of screw you, I'm not your real estate agent. As a matter of fact, I'm the anti-real estate agent. I'm buying your house from you and you can't stop me. Am I the only one who got that idea when I saw Miko Satomura in that jacket?
It's okay, Juan. I also saw the episode of The Simpsons where Marge became a real estate agent.
Yeah, and she sold a murder house to the Flanderses. And yes, that would be Mandy Rose's butt because apparently we couldn't get a photo of her face. So there's her profile shot with her booty. Whatever.
So
okay.
These three women are going to have a triple threat match to unify the women's championships at Worlds Collide.
Holy snap! That is going to be wild. So what? It's a triple threat match?
Yep, the undefeated NXT Women's Champion Mandy Rose against the undefeated NXT UK Women's Champion Miko Satomura versus Blair Davenport.
Holy crap! So we've got one contender, we've got the UK Women's Champion, and we've got the NXT Women's Champion over here. Holy crap! And also Temp. Thank you very much for the $10 Stream Elements tip through the PayPal here. Let me see the little message Temp sent. Give me a second.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Says,
pull it up.
Juan, got you some beers. Enjoy your hard work on me, bud. Wrestling and beer goes well together.
I agree. You know what? This guy gets me. I know it's meant for you, but he gets me.
Well, he's saying beers and cheers. Thank you for that, Temp. We appreciate that immensely, brother.
You see, Temp understands me, man. I'm a beer guy. I like beer, okay? Foreign, not domestic.
You mean domestic, not foreign?
No, I do drink foreign.
You're not drinking any of that Heineken's on me, are you, son?
I drink American beer.
No further questions, your owner.
That's one of the very
bad SNL skit.
That's one of the very few Saturday Night Live sketches that I enjoyed.
If you want to follow on Temp's example, our PayPal is linked up to our Stream Elements over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link on there. And Snowflake's like, I'm sure Toy Slash will be cool with it. It'd be awesome for us to go as a group. Yay! No, I'm kidding. It's all right. We're just playing around, and we know that.
But yeah, let's go as a group. Why not? Group friends.
We're all just goofing
outing.
and it's all right.
That being said,
American beer isn't beer, it's lager. Barely. I don't even drink American beer. If I had to have any kind of beer, it would be a Guinness, but my medication says me no have drinkies.
I am very open when it comes to my beer selections. I'll drink beers ranging from Heineken to Guinness to Coronas to Dos Equis.
Coronas if you got no other choice.
Oh, come on, man. I like to live fast and furious.
No. Also, Hassan's over here pointing out Clash of the Castle is Saturday night, and yeah, we got Worlds Collide Sunday night along with All Out.
I know. Next Labor Day weekend is going to be jam-packed with wrestling. It's going to be fun.
He doesn't drink beer. He's more civilized. Me, normally, my liquor of choice used to be rum. You give me a shot of the Captain, and I'll give you a good time.
All right, but let's talk about this unification match that's coming up. So, yeah, it's not overstating to say that Mandy Rose has improved in terms of her in-ring work in NXT 2.0, and I have to get credit where credit is due.
Yeah, go freaking figure. She's a biatch, but she's there to play the biatch. We know that, and she's doing her job well.
But it's also not overstating to say that Blair Davenport and Miko Satomura are masters of the game, especially Miko Satomura. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this already, but she wrestled for WCW in the mid-90s.
So she's a veteran of the game.
Yes.
Also, what's her face? Everybody's over here talking about what sort of booze and stuff they all drink. Cootie Steve, she said, no beer for me, just Captain and Coke. Coke and rum.
That's all right.
Drink some for me. And Mistress Meg saying, Quick Buzz Ice House with lime. Not bad.
That's nice.
That's cool.
All right.
And Temp says Guinness, Heineken, Carlsberg. Those are his choices.
Hey, I gotta try Carlsberg next. Thank you for reminding me. I will put that on my to-do list. I also drank Labatt Blue Beer.
I have not drank any beer in ages. I usually go to my rum and my vodkas and stuff. Oh, we're breaking up? Are we? Hang on. Oh, the stream is great. No freaking way.
Yeah, okay. We're bringing up.
Hang on.
I did apologize, didn't I?
Yeah. Give it a second over here, guys. This isn't us.
Let's just go ahead and continue. Pretty sure the stream will kick right back up.
We hope so. Tell you what, guys, we'll continue streaming as best as possible. But the good news is we can replace the live stream with with the recording that we do. Yeah, I'm anal retentive with my record keeping. That's why we need a new external drive. I'll put up the Amazon wish list later.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the exciting segment of the night. Go ahead and pull it up, Juancho.
I will.
And it is, I kid you not, it's a talk show segment of Grayson Waller hosting the Grayson Waller Effect.
We can't get fiber optics where we live. They don't let us, but we have Spectrum, so it's not horrible, but whatever.
So, and his guest is Apollo Crews, and he wastes no time in asking questions just to try to get a rise out of Apollo. Like, oh man, Apollo, didn't you once, like, he even called him out saying, like, didn't you once had a Nigerian accent? Didn't you once had all the Nigerian colors and everything? And Apollo then bit back. No, don't share anything, Wancho. And then Apollo bit back by telling him, like, hey, man, yeah, these things happen to me, but you're bringing it up as if I'm embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed at all. In fact, I went to WrestleMania in Tampa and won the Intercontinental title. So, yeah, you know what? That's something to brag to, but that's something for Apollo Crews to brag about. Then Grayson Waller got a little personal, bringing up his children during the segment, and rubbing into Apollo Crews' face, saying like, "Oh, what do you have to tell your children when you tell them that their dad's a loser?" To which Apollo Crews replied, saying like, "Hey, you know, I'll be happy to tell them that their dad will soon be a winner," before knocking out Grayson Waller on his ass.
Was that this? No, that's not this, is it?
No, that's not this.
No.
But that's okay. Don't worry about it. But that being said, yeah. Oh, yeah. And during the segment, Apollo Crews called Grayson Waller a low-budget Miz.
Oh!
I'm going to sip my tea right now.
Ow! Ew. It's bad enough to be compared to Miz, but then again, at the same time, this is terrible. No. I've never bring the kids up. Yeah, that's a no. Like, that's why folks don't mess with Slim Shady. That's why I am currently prematurely, mourning the loss of the Games career, because he brought up Slim Shady, and he went up and brought up his daughter Haley again. So, I'm waiting for Eminem to completely wreck the dude.
Yeah.
Game over.
Yeah, pretty much. The game fucked around and found out. That being said, as far as fucking around and finding out goes, Apollo Crews is scheduled to take on Grayson Waller on NXT next week.
Holy crap. So this is what happens when you when you try to get a cheap pop by dragging someone's family into a feud. You get hurt.
And speaking of family feud, we have the remainings of the Phantom League.
Oh, lordy.
Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro taking on the tag team of Schism. Of Jagger Reed and Rip Fowler, with Joe Gacy at ringside. And there's really not much for me to say about this. It was an average tag match that nobody asked for, because who the fuck is even chanting for Schism? Who the hell cares about Joe Gacy at this point?
Also, Tam is on the chat. Shamanistic Unicorn Tam. Hello, Tam.
Hello, Tam. Thank you very much.
Bundo's over here laughing like, haha, Nigerian accent. I take care of my kids.
Hey.
Yeah, see, he got this.
That being said,
Lord.
Oh, you want to know a real fun fact? The bald guy of the tag team, Jagger Reed.
That would be the dude in black.
That would be the dude in black. Yeah, Zach Gibson. He was a former finalist for the NXT United Kingdom Championship tournament in 2018. That's a high accolade, and now you want to embarrass him and turn him into a cult freak?
Yeah, they were already cult freaks, apparently.
Yeah.
Maybe hype people? Saying it was Christy. Was like, yeah, no, maybe people who are high are chanting for it.
Maybe. Schism picks up the win, which leaves the Legato Del Fantasma in deep sorrow. But backstage outside of the arena, out comes Santos Escobar, their leader, cruising in his SUV.
Nice little Escalade freaking thing,
telling them that they are a familia and they stick together, and offered to take them a ride driving away. And this would be the swan song of Legato Del Fantasma as a whole, as they're going to be called up to either Raw or SmackDown. My money,
main eventers.
Nope. This is the Triple H era, Juan. We don't do Vince McMahon impersonations anymore.
You sure about that, pal?
In fact, my money is that the Legato Del Fantasma will be making their debut on SmackDown tomorrow.
Really?
Yes.
I wish I had spare cash so we could actually make it as a bet.
So let us take this moment to appreciate all the great times that Legato Del Fantasma gave us in NXT. We had great feuds with Legato versus Karrion Kross, Legato versus Hit Row, and yes.
Oh snap! If they do go to SmackDown, then the Hit Row's back over there.
Oh boy!
Feud. Holy shit! It's like a revival of a feud. Like, oh, hey, you guys liked Hit Road, right? You guys like how them and Legado del Fantasma had a fucking rivalry, and then the two factions started blowing up. Let's bring that to SmackDown.
Let's do that
on bigger TV, on Fox. Why the hell not? It brings money.
Exactly. Wrestling is fun, folks. Please don't worry. It's fun again.
It's free real estate.
That being said, let's get on to the bad segment of the night. This was just more of a boring segment because nobody gives a crap about any of these guys.
Give me a minute before you continue, because I got to do thingies. The graphics don't like to behave for me on Wrestle Rewind.
And I apologize. On
Why?
That part,
it's not your fault.
Yeah, you're right. All right, so the guy on the left, his name is Javier Bernal. He is a NXT newcomer who lost in a match against Cameron Grimes, and the match was pretty okay. It was more of an enhancement match for Cameron Grimes to get over. And then in the backstage segment, Javier Bernal was talking trash to that woman over there in the middle. I don't know what her name is. And then a random security guard of the WWE Performance Center walked up to Javier Bernal and basically told him to step back and stand down. And it's just, like I said, it was just a nothing of a segment, because who the fuck are these guys?
Who is this guy? Why should we care about the dude? Okay, Javier Bernard is a wrestler. He looks like he just had a match that nobody was watching.
Yeah, he lost against Cameron Grimes.
Okay, so he lost against big, smiley Cameron Grimey. Holy shit.
It was more, like I said, it was more an enhancement match.
More like a squash match kind of thing. So he's the squashed dude.
Yeah.
And what? So he was complaining to the girl over here in the backstage bar or whatever this spell is?
Assuming that, he was assuming that the woman was disrespecting him, and then the security guard told him to back off, step off. And like I said, I don't know who these guys are, and it's tough for me to get invested.
It's okay, because you know what, Jose? If the security guard turns out that, oh, he's actually a wrestler and they're going to make him an actual character or whatever, and bring up to actually be in the ring, then this is a way to bring it in. Like, oh, hey, I was just running security for NXT for the Performance Center. I didn't have big aspirations to become a pro wrestler or a WWE superstar or whatever, but this motherfucker right here, this Javier Bernard motherfucker here, he was not step off or step down, and I don't like people being disrespectful where I'm working.
That is true.
Like, logic. There's a logical reason.
Fair enough. I guess it'll
thought.
Fair enough. If they follow up with this, maybe I'll get invested. But
wow, we got 15 people watching. We got 11 likes up in here. Thank you, everybody who's hitting the like button.
We really appreciate all of you.
People in the butt, like, hey, move. Hit the like button, people. Thank you.
Also,
for
Juan,
that.
I'm very surprised you held yourself back from making a Braun Breaker impersonation against Tyler Bate.
That's because I was a little more concerned with how we were talking about the title unification and the dissolution of NXT UK. That's a little bit more important than me giving my usual Braun Breaker, like freaking Scott Steiner with a higher pitch, squeakier voice.
You know what?
No.
We'll wait. We'll wait when
wait.
it happens.
Thank you. All right.
Now let's get to the crazy what the fuck segment of the night.
But this was a good what the fuck
It's a good
segment.
one. I'll bring it up. So Indy
are we rewinding because like after
we are rewinding because after the in-ring segment with the women
with the three women
three women who are competing to unify the women's championships at World Collide.
Remember,
Collide.
what was her name? The number one contender?
Blair Davenport.
Blair Davenport.
After Blair Davenport beat Indy Hartwell, and they had their single.
No, she didn't beat Indy Hartwell. She smacked Indy Hartwell with every conceivable surface of the wrestling ring. Indy Hartwell was trounced and was beaten within an inch of her life, and it was terrible and kind of sad. And
she got on the mic and she shared her sadness and shared her sorrows, how everyone left her and she's all alone.
You guys have to remember, if you've been watching Wrestle Rewind, if you've been following along with us, Indy Hartwell was part of a faction called The Way, which comprised of Johnny Gargano,
Austin Theory,
and Candice LeRae, and of course Indy Hartwell herself. They were sort of like a found family, a team of weirdos put together by Johnny Gargano and his real life wife, Candice LeRae.
They were nerdies.
Yeah, they were nerdies, but they were also fun, and they were cool, and they were like they had their own little groove. And it was even brought up because there was a rivalry between Johnny Gargano and Dexter Loomis, the blonde, creepy, psycho-looking, serial killer-looking guy who all of them, like, it turned out that him and Johnny Gargano had a feud because Dexter Loomis had the hots for Indy and she had the hots for him.
And boy, did we cover every bit of it on this program.
We hated it because it was so stupid, but they wound up making it work because they were endearing and silly with it. Like, okay, you know what? This is kind of growing on me because they're kind of sweet. It ended with the first wedding on NXT? Ever?
It ended with the first wedding on NXT
of Indy Hartwell and Dexter Loomis, and Dexter Loomis has always been the creepy silent type, and the worst and only words he ever spoke in NXT were his vows, where he said,
"I do."
And everyone lost their minds. It was the greatest thing ever. And unfortunately, this was cut short because Dexter Loomis, Johnny Gargano, and Candice LeRae were all kicked to the freaking curb, and Austin Theory was the only one that was anointed by Vince McMahon and called up to the main roster.
All right, let me
everyone's caught up.
All right, let me fill in the blank. Just a minor correction, Juan.
Oh, and Temp is asking a little off question. Do we stream using OBS or Streamlabs? We use the regular OBS over here, OBS Studio, and we've got the Stream Elements bit linked up to it, which is a little bit tough for us to use, but sometimes we're working through it.
Yeah. So a minor correction on your end, Juancho. So yes. Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae decided to leave WWE and let their contracts expire.
Okay. Well, still kicked to the curb because, well, what the hell?
Yeah, and I'm not going to defend Austin Theory. He was called up to Raw, and, well, we know how well he's doing right now.
Theory, the U.S. champion, pal.
But it's okay because Johnny Gargano also returned to Monday Night Raw, but he's not the only one that came back. Speaking of lovers, out came back Dexter Loomis.
If you guys have been following Raw and SmackDown in the last couple of weeks, Dexter Loomis has been just trying to crash the show by coming in through the audience into the arena, and he keeps getting dragged away by security. And this past Monday night on Raw,
he abducted The Miz.
He just kidnapped a whole full-sized Mike Mizanin, and nobody stopped him. And apparently, he had enough time between Raw and NXT on Tuesday to come to the Performance Center and surprise Indy Hartwell and let her know that he's back.
And they had a great embrace. They kissed in the ring. True love conquers all.
Hashtag Index are back together, and now he's hauling his bell away. Oh shit. Yeah, he took Miz out. No, he didn't just take Miz out. He kidnapped the Miz. We watched a live abduction on national television. Holy crapola.
Yay, wrestling!
Oh my, apparently hashtag index is goals as far as the fans of NXT are concerned. That's freaking hysterical.
I love
it's silly, but you know what? It's fine, I suppose.
It's
because
fun.
They did have good wrestling matches. And like I said, they won me over. Bunda being the resident haterade, saying Johnny Gargaggle is such a midget, like it's embarrassing. I guess he ain't too fond of Johnny wrestling.
Oh, well.
But he supports Indy Hartwell going in the ring, so he supported Indy wrestling. But I'm Tish.
Ha. And of course, the segment ends where Dexter Loomis is taken away by the Popo.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I sent you an image.
Is that... hold on, what the...
Yep.
What the hell? Oh, yeah. Like,
because,
by the way,
he kidnapped the guy.
Oh, shit. So how about that? Actions having consequences in pro wrestling.
But it's okay, because before leaving, Dexter Loomis gives Indy Hartwell another love letter. Juan, read it off.
It says, goodbye, Indy, for now. I heart you forever.
Aww. Ladies, get yourself a man who loves you as much as Dexter Loomis loves Indy.
Get yourself a man who will kidnap a Miz for you. Right? And men, we need and like you know what? NBs, everybody in between. Get yourself someone who's willing to do that for you. And if you are willing to stand up and man up, kidnap yourself a Mike Mizanin for the person that you love. Love conquers all.
Love does conquer all.
Love lifts us up where we belong.
Yay!
The eagles fly on the mountains high.
Hang on a minute. We got a comment for a special snowflake?
Wow, imagine getting grand gesture of love. Couldn't be me, LOL. Wow, come on. Toy Slasher loves the hell out of you, Snowflake. You guys are the real deals.
Look, if you're that sour about it, I'll just ask Toy Slasher to abduct someone for you.
Yeah, no, it can't just be anyone. Toy Slasher must abduct the Miz. Otherwise, it doesn't count.
Well, that's going to be a long trip to Hollywood.
Yeah, sure. It's not like he's hard to find. And apparently, he's a giant pushover because Dexter Loomis managed to grab him.
Womp womp. All right,
I wasn't actually trying to sing, Mistress Meg. Sorry if I broke anybody's eardrums by going up by unnatural decibels, but
no, you're fine.
The sentiment remains. You know,
obviously, let's go ahead and move on.
Image. Give me a second.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the main event of the night, which is a lights out match to settle this nothing burger of a feud between Tiffany Stratton and Wendy Chu.
Okay. Now, guys,
you saw images of the main event.
Okay. All right. I've got words and I've got...
Hang on. Before you do, how you guys feel about this main event depends on how you feel about both of these individuals as characters.
Okay. Obviously, we have been establishing the kind of characters they've got. Tiffany Stratton, she's got like the clueless valley girl, daddy's girl, rich snob girl, brat persona, right? Wendy Chu, she has been a phenomenal motherfucking wrestler, and she decided to go into this weird gimmick of running around in pajamas and beating people up with toys and squirt guns and pillows. And like her bit was her freaking, what do you call it? What's her is there a name for the wrestler for the move where she's like diving off and it looks like she's going nappy by, but she freaking like body slams somebody from the top rope?
No, I don't think there's a...
No, I'm just gonna fucking call it nap time. I don't care. Okay, so
that's actually clever.
Yeah, it is clever. That's probably why they're not calling it that. Snowflake says, "Abduct me a Gabriel Iglesias and I might forgive him." Okay, Toy Slasher, Toy Slasher, you got homework to do.
Damn!
Like, my complaints on that. And Jen is actually asking, so are they going to have a pillow fight? No, they're having a lights out match, which is anything goes. And when they say lights out, they mean that they turned off the house lights.
I don't have any
images.
I'm sorry.
How did you not get images for this one?
Because I want to spare myself for posting this. For
what it's worth, it was clever. Not good, but clever.
They gimmick the gimmick.
Okay, what they did was they turned off all the house lights. It was completely dark in the match. But what they replaced it with were like those purple black lights instead. so there was still illumination in the arena and in the ring. But the main house lights were out, so that's what they considered a lights out match, quote unquote.
And they brought in
what the heck is this image?
That is the final segment that closes off the show, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So yeah, they brought in all the weapons. They brought in garbage cans, they brought in kendo sticks, steel chairs.
So they decided, you know what? We're tired of this being a fluffy, doofy, goofy match. We're gonna whip the shit out of each other. And boy did they. Apparently, they also brought in like a tiny bed frame.
Yeah,
it looks like one of those like what do you call it? What is it? It's not a it's the kind of bed that has the bed frame on the side. I don't remember the name for it. It's like a lounging bed kind of thing.
I know what you're talking about. They just brought a bed. Let's just say they brought a bed.
It was a bed with a mattress and a frame. And who went through it?
Tiffany Stratton went through it, but that's near the end. During the match, they brought in more weapons. Wendy Chu brought in her giant body pillow, knocked down Tiffany Stratton, opened it up to reveal Legos.
Okay, it wasn't just any sort of body pillow. It was a loaded body pillow, as in she actually filled the body pillow up and weighed it down and let it out and opened it up. Is a fuck ton of Lego bricks in it. The most heinous and sinister weapon in all of professional wrestling. Lego bricks!
Oh yeah, dude, forget the thumbtacks. The Lego bricks are the real bringers of pain.
Daybed, thank you. It's a daybed. Thank you, Jen. I forgot the fucking word for it, the name for it. Yes, it was a daybed.
It was a daybed.
They dragged it out, and Wendy Chu threw...
Hang on, before we get to that, Let's
Okay.
All right. Then, but unfortunately, that plan backfired on Wendy Chu because Tiffany Stratton body slammed Wendy Chu back first onto the Legos. Ouch, that was painful.
Ow!
And then we get to the main event finish where Wendy Chu slams Tiffany Stratton, breaks the daybed in half, and then brings her into the ring, hits her moonsault, pins her, 1, 2, 3. You're a winner, and hopefully this will close the chapter on this god-ass awful feud. Wendy Chu wins.
Now, another thing that I want to point out. Originally, Wendy Chu, if you guys notice in our freaking graphic over here on our thumbnail, she wrestled in her gym jams in a one-piece body pajama, right? And this time around, she was actually wrestling in a romper.
In a romper.
Where it still looks like pajamas, but she had knee pads and boots on. And her boots covered up with like really, really long, thick socks, so it all still kind of looked like she's in gym jams. But it's clear that she was wearing wrestling boots and knee pads, and she had elbow pads on, right?
Yes.
So she was looking a little bit closer, like, okay, I'm actually going to look a little more like a wrestler.
Yes, and I'm happy for that. That being said, can we please put this feud to bed? All the pun intended.
Every pun intended. Guys, throw up your bed emojis over here if you would. Let's put this weird, lopsided gimmick of a feud to rest. It's done, please.
Yeah, that looks like it belonged in the dying vestiges of the Vince McMahon era.
I think that's probably why they crapped it out. That's probably why they finished it off.
Oh, thank God.
Like, think about it. It kind of makes sense. Vince McMahon had his thumb up everybody's butt in NXT, which is why they couldn't. Nobody could have any sort of fun. Here's our beds, and Tam is going ahead and dropping some bed emojis too. Oh,
thank you.
Mistress Meg is throwing up couch. Couch!
That's fine. I like couches. And then, of course, the entire NXT show ends in a closing segment where the champions and the number one contenders are in a board meeting room signing the contracts, making their unification matches official.
Holy snap! Who's Lisa? Lisa Boo. Hello, Lisa Boo. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
Hello, Lisa Boo. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm just wrapping up NXT 2.0 as part of my wrestling review.
Oh, so Hassan's asking what shirt are you wearing, Jose?
I am wearing the shirt from the son of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, the Natural, Dustin Rhodes,
formerly known as
Goldust in the WWE.
Okay, so here at NXT, they closed it off like, okay, we're making this shit official. We're having everyone sign the contract. We're not getting out of this shit.
That's right.
Bunda was saying another failure by how many H's? a gajillion H.
Oh my god!
That wasn't a failure. I would say like if you must have a conclusion to something that was dumb to begin with.
Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, there are a few things that killed the interest of NXT UK as a brand. Allow me to list them out. This is just my opinions after following the brand since its inception. Number one, the COVID pandemic. Because after when it first struck in 2020 all over the world, the BT Sports, over the WWE developmental centers over in the United Kingdom, had to shut down for a while, and there was talks of canceling NXT UK altogether until they decided to hold it at the BT Sports Arena in London, England, for a little bit longer. Number two, there was a speaking out movement in the same year of 2020 where a lot of wrestlers who were
from the UK,
from the United Kingdom, and over here in the United States were being called out for being sexual predators and for
being inappropriate towards minors and
females. Yeah.
Yeah, because apparently in the UK you can begin wrestling as young as what, 15, 16 or something like that.
Yes.
And that piece of crap Joey Ryan, who thank God we will never see him on national television because he's a piece of crap. He was basically outed from professional wrestling, and last I heard, he got a gig working for Walt Disney World or Disneyland, and he got fired from there too.
Yeah, and as a result, a lot of and as a result, several talents from NXT UK were also fired in the wake of the speaking out movement. And number three, it's just, unfortunately, it just didn't capture enough interest for the main American audience on the WWE network. It's pretty much the interest level of NXT UK, and I hate saying this because I love their matches,
was tepid at best.
Slightly more interesting than 205 Live, and that's not saying much.
You got to remember, folks, we tried starting Jose's wrestling show. It was originally titled Back to Back, where he just did NXT and 205 Live.
Yeah.
That was purely a WWE.
That was purely WWE before I decided to sink my teeth into the Wednesday night wars of WWE and AEW, and then the rest, as they say, is history. Hey! Clever segue. Let's now jump right into AEW Dynamite.
Wheels hit the bone, Dynamite! Hold on, I think I broke the stream with that.
Did you?
Yeah, no, take a look. It's when that square goes red, it means that it's doing a thing. Give me a minute. I'm going to try.
All right, give us a minute, folks.
Give me a minute.
Shit.
I'm trying a thing.
Figures. The moment I mention AEW, our stream goes off the fritz.
Holy cow.
Oh, my God.
Adrenaline in my soul. Something, Cody Rhodes. A bund over here with all the haterade. If we don't care about American midgets, why would we care about European midgets? There were plenty of folks who cared about the American midgets, known as Johnny Gargano, coming in. He got himself a resounding, freaking triumphant return.
You know what? It's cool. Let him drown. Let him swim in his own haterade, while we will continue to prevail in our. Shit, I can't come up with a good drink for hype. Oh, well, whatever.
Give me a minute.
All right.
I'm trying a thing as well. Give me a moment.
Yep, no worries.
I want to see if this will do anything. Who knows? No, it's still okay.
We're just gonna.
Let me try something else over here. All right, we're just gonna have to keep going, guys.
We're just gonna have to keep going. Just let us know if it ever stops lagging, okay?
Yeah, wrong show. We're done with that. We're going on Dynamite. And Snowflake's like, it's okay. All we see is a drop in pixels. I hope so. I hope that's all it is. We'll continue with the show.
All right.
Shall we go on?
Yes, let's go on. So this week's AEW Dynamite takes place over in Cleveland, Ohio. And we're going to get to that bit of irony a little bit later. The show opens up with an opening segment of Chris Jericho, the leader of the Jericho Appreciation Society.
King Joss.
Confronting the Dragon Slayer, Daniel Garcia. So the story behind this is that after an amazing 2 out of 3 falls match last week against the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, both Daniel Garcia...
Oh, you mean the freaking Dragon match of dragons to promote the House of Dragon with Reggie the Dragon Steamboat and the Dragon Slayer and the American Dragon? The Dragon match? The Dragons? That one?
Dragons.
Dragons!
Yeah, it's Dragons.
Fucking hell. They could not Drop the shit.
Dragon references aside, it was a great 2 out of 3 falls match. Both Bryan Danielson and Daniel Garcia were going to shake, and out of respect, Chris Jericho then got involved and attacked Bryan Danielson. Daniel Garcia didn't take too kindly of that, so Jericho has demanded that Daniel Garcia apologizes to him, to which Daniel Garcia then cut a
boy, fuck you, Jericho. Why would we apologize to you? You started this crap.
Yeah, I know. He's such a bully. You bully.
Jen is saying there were about 5 different YouTube streams that were having streaming troubles today. Okay, so we're not alone.
Okay,
that's it. Is Spectrum's fault. So fuck them.
Yeah. So Daniel Garcia then cut a very heartfelt promo, bringing up his own personal issues of his. What? Oh yeah. Give me a second here. Oh.
Yeah, bringing up his own personal issues.
Yeah, bring up his own personal elements of what got him into wrestling, and bringing up that he idolizes Jericho, but he also idolizes Bryan Danielson, and and he's caught in a crossroads. He's indecisive until out came the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, to the ring.
More dragons.
I know. To which he then told Daniel Garcia, "Hey man,
dragon. You could got the right idea. She's throwing up the Chinese card, like Chinese dragon, English dragon, all the dragons, dragons."
Bryan Danielson then went and told Daniel Garcia, "Hey man, you could be whatever you want to be. You could either be a sports entertainer or be a professional wrestler. It's totally up to you." He was more laid back about it, to which Jericho was very insisting that Daniel Garcia refers to himself as a sports entertainer and demanding that he apologizes to him. To which Daniel Garcia, he then told Jericho to leave him alone. Just as he was going to leave, Jericho puts his hands on Daniel Garcia, and Daniel Garcia knocks Jericho on his ass in the middle of the ring before leaving in frustration and confusion.
What?
And then afterwards, Bryan Danielson has challenged Chris Jericho to a one-on-one match at All Out to declare who truly is the best wrestler. And during their promo segment, Jericho once again made the claim that he is the last surviving member of the Heart Dungeon, that he is the Lion Heart, to which Bryan Danielson retorted saying, hey, if Stu Hart was alive today, if Owen Hart was alive today, your hero Owen Hart was alive today, who would they say is the best wrestler, you or me?
Dick!
Yeah! Oh, man.
Guys, okay, we don't need no Owen-sploitation, but damn!
But damn, was that not clever.
Also, it looks like our stream health is back to normal, I hope.
I hope so too. But yeah, no, this was a great opening segment, and it does add layers to Daniel Garcia, and it does add a little bit of wrinkle of what's going to happen at All Out. Will Daniel Garcia interfere in favor of Chris Jericho, or will he side with Bryan Danielson and come to the light?
Of what light?
The light of being a babyface. Who knows? The Blackpool Combat Club could use another member. I mean, they're pretty awesome right now. I'm just saying.
Well, notice how I don't argue on that. What light? What are you talking about? These are the guys who are totally hard on being super hard and super wild and super violent and ultra violent. We're so rough and tumble.
Okay, let me ask you this: would you rather he stick with Chris Jericho and his ilk?
No, fuck him. Get him.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, so this was a great opening segment to open up the show. Let's get to the exciting match of the night, and it is a one-on-one wrestling match between the former Ring of Honor World Champion Jay Lethal taking on one half of the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions and IWGP Tag Team Champions Dax Harwood of FTR. And this was a great fun technical wrestling match. We saw both of these men exchanging chops, exchanging strikes, and a lot of amateur wrestling moves before they bust out the big guns. Dax Harwood busting out Suplex City on Jay Lethal in the match, and also countering Jay Lethal's finishing move, the Lethal Injection, and turning it into a sharpshooter submission hold, shades of Bret the Hitman Hart. And it looks like everything was going hunky-dory during this match until Jay Lethal and Dax Harwood had a bit of a roll-up exchange. Jay Lethal tried to roll him up. Dax Harwood then tried to...
What do you mean end of stream? We're not ending the stream. The stream's still going long and hard. And yeah, no, I'm showing over here that the stream health is back to normal.
Yeah, the stream health is... Yeah.
No, we're okay.
We're fine.
Looks good on this end.
So at the end of it all, Jay Lethal picked up the win by rolling up at the tights of Dax Harwood and stealing the victory. Your winner, Jay Lethal.
Ah, fuck.
And this is, and at AEW,
Bunda says it's good. Oh, you guys just saw an ad. Okay. Well, that's cool. I would drop an ad right now, but I'm not going to be like rude.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we don't want to be rude.
At AEW All Out, FTR is scheduled to compete in a 6-man tag team match, teaming with the AEW TNT champion Wardlow to face off against Jay Lethal and from Impact Wrestling, the Motor City Machine Guns. I don't have an image of that because AEW hasn't printed it yet.
The Motor City Machine Guns are coming to AEW.
You know what this means, Juan. I'm going to say it.
What?
I'm going to say it.
Don't you fucking dare.
The Forbidden Door is reopened.
Ah! I'll smash your freaking table.
No.
You know what? Worse. I'm going to pour the leftover tea liquid on you.
No!
Now you're inconsolably wet.
Oh, you soiled my elbow with stress relief tea.
Now your elbow is relieving my stress. Forever. Okay, whatever.
So, if you can't tell by now, Juan hates...
God damn it. It looks like I freaking... Yeah, screaming is what I did it. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to stop screaming my dick off. Let me try a thing over on my end.
Here, do you want to use the silencer, the pillow?
No, I'm good. I'll just do this. Okay, yeah, no, because by coincidence, me shouting my head off is what's getting this going.
If you can't tell yet, folks, Juan hates the phrase, the Forbidden Door.
Because fucking Tony Khan, that stupid coked out dweeb, killed it. Overplayed that shit.
Wait, hang on a minute. In WWE terms, did NXT UK walk through the Forbidden Door to face
I
NXT?
will eat your face. I don't care how many international treaties I'm breaking in order to do that. I will eat your face off, and you will like it.
Oh, hey,
you will ask me, thank you, sir, may I have another?
Oh, hey, our stream is good. Anyways, moving on.
Our stream is getting better. What the hell?
So that being said, fun match. I like the setup for the 6-man tag match at All Out. Looking forward to it. Fuck yeah. Now let's get to the exciting segment of the night. And this was an in-ring promo from the former FTW champion himself, the absolute Ricky Starks. So, at this point in time, and he did mention it on this promo, Team Taz is no more. He thought of Will Hobbs as his best friend, as his brother, and he treated him well because he loves him very much as his friend. But he is so heartbroken, and in this fiery promo, he challenges Will Hobbs to a one-on-one match at All Out. It was straightforward. It was pure fire. Ricky Starks is awesome on the mic, just as he is in the ring. So awesome, great on him. I like it.
I'm not even gonna try to put that "we're closer than brothers" thing anymore.
Yeah, no, I think we killed it.
I think we played it out. And yeah, you can like hop off for a second, come back in. The stream is right back up to enough the way it should be, guys.
Yes.
But please come back.
Now let's get to the match of the night, which is a father and son clash in AEW Dynamite.
Oh God!
That is the one half of the legendary New Age Outlaws, multiple-time tag team champion, the badass Billy Gunn, or Daddy Ass. Faces off one half of the Ass Boys, Colton Gunn.
They're called the Gun Club, but thanks to the Acclaimed and Danhausen, they have been forever tarnished with the nickname the Ass Boys. And they have their father, Billy Gunn, to thank for that.
So there was nothing special to write about this match. This was pretty average, and Colton Gunn tried to use his underhanded tactics to get one over his dad. Having his brother Austin Gunn definitely helped out and proved to be the deciding factor of the end of the match because Colton Gunn, with the referee's back turned, hit a low blow on his daddy right in between the New Age Outlaws.
Ow.
Ooh.
Oh, God. Okay, I actually want to see if there's a...
DX went belly up below the belt.
I want to see if Max Caster's rap that he threw down, like he calls himself Platinum Max Caster, I want to actually see if his rap from this week came out, like if there is a transcript of it somehow.
I mean, if you could probably find it on Twitter, on their AEW Twitter.
Well, yeah, no, of course I'll find it on Twitter, but I'm talking about like the actual
transcript, the lines. I don't think you're gonna find it, pal.
Me and Mr. Ass, cut Mr. Ass. Yeah, Oh no, it's happening. Boomers versus Zoomers.
Thank you for that. That's
gross.
so bad.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm
But while you're pulling that up, I'll get to the post-match stuff. So the post-match beatdown. The Gunn Club continued their assault on Billy Gunn until out came the Acclaimed to save them. And then the Acclaimed were also ambushed by a couple other wrestlers who were teaming up with the Gunn Club. And then they were saved by the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Swerve in Our Glory. That would be the Limitless Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland.
Wait. Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee saved who?
Swerve Strickland, they saved the Acclaimed, and they saved Billy Gunn. And in a later segment, Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland challenged the Acclaimed for the AEW, defending their AEW World Tag Team titles at All Out.
I'm trying to find it right now. Give me just a moment.
Go right ahead. Like I said, the match was average at best, and Billy Gunn, for a man his age, he has great conditioning. Holy shit, he looks really awesome in his 50s. Damn, man.
No, that's not it. That's not it.
But this match could have been better, but like I said, it was good. It wasn't great. The post-match segment would definitely put things in motion for All Out. And the Acclaimed right now, they are the number one ranked tag team in the rankings for what it's worth. So I don't know. I'm 50-50 on who would win the championships. Are they going to take the belts off of Swerve in Our Glory this early and give it to the Acclaimed? Not to say they don't deserve it, they do, or I don't know. On the other hand, they might have Swerve in Our Glory retain and continue their reign as World Tag Team Champions.
All right, guys.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Audio only.
Yeah, audio only because AEW struck us down last time because they didn't like us. I don't get it.
Yeah, don't play it. Yeah.
This is Max Caster's rap. The fucking game on this guy is fucking ridiculous.
Go for it.
While Billy Gunn and the Acclaimed were coming down.
Just turned into a stupid problem. Yo, Billy, I'm thinking you should have used the condom.
Ah!
Y'all about to get a savage beating. So bad they gon' call another talent meeting.
Ow!
You little jerks get no respect. We wipe you out like Biden did student debt.
Haha. Topical.
Life is a bad choice. Y'all are not tough guys. Y'all are just ass boys.
Pause it.
God!
Damn! Tell
Somebody
me.
call the fire department because that was a burn!
Folks, drop us a microphone emojis in the live chat
Or
right
fire
now
emojis.
for Max Caster. That was
either
pretty
drop a
dope.
mic or light some fire for Max Caster. That was fucking ridiculous.
Bunda say cringe as fuck.
Whatever, Bunda. That's fly. You wish you could rap like that. You wish you had some musical skill like this guy. That was fucking dope.
Oh, God.
It's stupid, but it was
Hang
dope.
on. Special Snowflake saying, and there goes your revenue.
There goes our ad revenue. Boom. Bye-bye. Whoopsie doopsie.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. Whatever. These guys, like AEW was really weird because when we were like a couple weeks ago, when we talked about MJF,
we played a
leaving,
video clip on our program,
and we played it live for everyone to join with us, and we shared the link. We did all that jazz.
But AEW don't like that.
No, they don't like us sharing their shit. I ought to go ahead and put in the claim for that. Should I? Shall I?
Go right ahead. You can.
Fuck it. All right. Screw it.
No,
hey,
but,
Tony!
But let's do it
Give
later.
my money!
Hey, Juan, let's not get impulsive. Let's do it later.
Okay,
all right,
fine.
so then let's get to the bad segment of the night. I'd say bad because it's really tragic, not because it's horrible. But, okay. In a backstage interview, Tony Schiavone interviews the AEW Women's World Champion, Thunder Rosa, and Thunder Rosa is forced to... I don't know if she's stepped down or she's relinquishing the championship due to injury. And it was later confirmed on a report by PW Insider that Thunder Rosa has suffered a herniated disc in her lower back.
Those are not to be fucked with. Okay, it's a herniated disc in your spine. No, I've seen what herniated discs can do. I almost got one of my own. It's not fun. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. Mother of fucks with that bullcrap. Ow.
And poor Thunder Rosa, she was crying. She was in tears, and she was trying to keep her composure, announcing that there will be a fatal 4-way women's match at All Out to determine the interim AEW Women's World Champion. And the 4 participants will be Toni Storm, who is ranked number 1, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
How could you say DMD without dropping the...
Fine, DMD.
There you go.
Jamie Hayter and former AEW Women's World Champion Hikaru Shida.
Right.
So, yeah, no, it's just really sad because I know that she doesn't have the same popularity level as Dr. Britt Baker did when she was the champion, but she really worked her ass off to try and to improve, and she was doing her best to add prestige to the championship by defending it consistently.
Yeah, no, Snowflake is over here saying my dad had some from a car accident, so I know what you mean. You know what? Thunder Rosa, she has, like, you could say whatever you want about the stuff in AEW, and we have been criticizing the shit out of how little representation the women's division in AEW gets on Dynamite. So seeing their world champion, the women's world champion, have to abdicate the throne for this shit. No, Kurishi says she had 4 herniated discs all on your neck. Oh, fuck. Then you get it. Oh my god. This is not something to be fucked with, and we wish her a speedy recovery, speedy rehab.
I wish you a speedy recovery. You're still my champion.
I'm going to go ahead and throw some skulls up on the chat for her, since she's got, the sugar skull makeup for her, representing her Mexican pride.
Go ahead, man. It's all good.
She's a Mexican luchadora. She is a badass bitch. So, yeah.
Hang on, Bundas. Let's see what Salty's got.
Bundas over here saying, when someone says someone worked hard, I cringe a little because everyone works hard with the exception of some slobs, which I'll get to later. Oh. I think I know what you mean.
Okay, dude.
No, it's true, but we don't want to fuck around with people with injuries. I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say, Bunda, you can try and be at least a little sympathetic towards Thunder Rosa.
No, he's only cringing a little. Because I get what he's trying to say. Everybody in professional wrestling works really hard, and we're simply saying that for the hard work she does, the dumbass Tony Khan, the coked out dweeb, fucking doesn't do much with the women's division on his television program.
It's really stupid, yeah.
And it's a dumb business move.
Especially
when you got a fighting champion.
All right, I'm
sorry she's injured, but it's part of the business, says Bunda. You're not wrong about that. It is part of the business. She's doing what she can do so that she can have a longer career, and if it means giving up her title reign, then that's what it means.
Now, speaking of championship reigns, let's get right into it. This is the main bone of contention right now that's going around in the entire internet wrestling community after what happened.
Holy shit. The graphic was overblown over here, Jose. So, folks, hold on to your lily white butts.
All right. First of all, hang on a minute.
Temp is over here saying good night. Catch you guys next time. Good night, my friends. Temp, we will see you next time.
We'll see you next time. You have yourself a good night.
We appreciate the beer money. We appreciate the support, Temp. I appreciate the message you sent me about the help over here with OBS. I'm going to look at it in closer later, and we could talk about it.
All right,
let's go. Thank you, dude. You get some sleep, man.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about the main event match. I thought it was a main event match, but it's not. It was booked in the middle of Dynamite. Juan, do you want to squeal for this?
Hold on to your lily white butts.
It is the AEW World Champion CM Punk versus the AEW Interim World Champion Jon Moxley
to determine the undisputed AEW World Champion.
Yep. AEW having their own unification match before NXT does at Worlds Collide. Who knew?
Bundo saying, okay, I'm going to rant a little, and I'm going to be truthful about CM Punk. Nothing I'm going to say is a lie. You know what? We don't expect you to lie. Just don't expect us to completely agree 100% because everybody's got their own opinions about CM Punk.
I actually watched this match in its entirety, and I clocked it. This match lasted, get this one, 2 minutes and 59 seconds.
What? Bell to bell, 2:59?
2 minutes and 59 seconds. They started off well. They started off great with Moxley attacking CM Punk over by the corner, and then Punk trying to fight back. But after he hit a roundhouse kick using his recovered foot, hitting Jon Moxley, he then fell to the floor. CM Punk kicked Moxley in the head with his foot, the same foot that was injured at Double or Nothing, and he fell to the floor and he was writhing in pain with his foot.
Oh.
So then Moxley took advantage of it, worked on the foot before planting him with the Death Rider to get the win. Your winner and undisputed AEW World Champion, Jon Moxley.
All right, now, on the one hand, okay, cool. We have an undisputed champion, and if you want to fight that and say that Moxley should be champion instead of Punk, we can have that argument. However, 2 minutes and 59 seconds? What? You can fit that on a TikTok. You can fit that match bell to bell in the Tux Witch tick, folks. I'm trying not to lose my shit. But, okay, and Bunda's saying Moxley did not bleed.
Yeah, I know. That's another thing.
Figure.
Moxley did not bleed. Well,
Figure. John Moxley went through a whole match and didn't shed any blood of his own. That's an achievement. Very good.
Yeah. So there's a lot of elements to this match here. First of all,
I'm going to take this and go back to the match card.
Yeah,
graphic,
go right ahead. I did
you,
send you some information regarding the match, but no, there's a lot of details surrounding it. So first of all, getting back to the irony, this fight happened over in the same arena in Cleveland, Ohio, the same arena in Cleveland where CM Punk walked out of the WWE in 2014 of January, following contractual disputes and creative direction, and it's also the home state of John Moxley. Well, even though technically John Moxley's from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah, but it's his home state.
It's his home state. So, according to the reports that I've been following up on, apparently the plan is that Moxley, like this whole idea was pitched, by the way, by John Moxley, and CM Punk eventually agreed to this angle. Apparently, John Moxley would beat CM Punk in Cleveland, and then at All Out in Chicago, the speculated plan is CM Punk will beat John Moxley and win back the AEW World Title. Speculated, so pinch of salt.
Yeah, I don't even have my salt packet over here. Like, okay, that would be interesting, but at the same time, it doesn't really give either of them that type of the kind of like what do you call it? The kind of gravity that you would need for a championship match if the championship was unified 1 week and then dropped and then like one back.
No,
like
here we go. I
other.
finally found it.
Before you do, Bunda over here was saying the only time Punk was ever over was when he dropped his pipe bomb, highly overrated. No one ever talks about that as one of the best promos ever. Also, Money in the Bank was in Chicago. He's a little above mid-card. Moxley squashed him. It does come off as a squash match.
It really does.
It's just kind of fucking weird.
Now, according to the report from PW Insider, which I found.
Yeah, send me the link.
I sent you the text. It was a while ago. It was earlier today.
You just sent it to me in text?
Yeah.
There's no website link? From
no,
PW
there's
Insider?
no. There's no website.
I guess I'm going to look up PW Insider and find it for myself.
Now, according to PW Insider, the current plan is for John Moxley and CM Punk to have a rematch at All Out on September 4th in Chicago. So whatever went down last night was part of whatever the plan is to get them to Chicago. I don't know if this was planned to line up, but Cleveland, where Punk got destroyed by Moxley, who was basically in his hometown last night, is the same city he lost his UFC debut and also the city he walked out of WWE in January 2014. Obviously, Chicago is Punk Town. Wow, okay, wow. So not only is Cleveland the same city where Punk walked out on the WWE, but he also lost his debut fight in UFC. Oh, fuck.
So definitely history there. Okay, I'm actually trying to find the note over here from PW Insider about Punk's and Punk and Moxley. But all I'm finding. Oh, Undisputed Champion is okay. You said Mike Johnson from PW Insider, right?
Yeah, I sent it to you earlier today around like 1-something p.m. in text.
Okay, but I'm trying to find the actual clickety click. No. Okay, no. It's just a freaking thing.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But that being said, okay, based on the report from PW Insider, Juan, your thoughts?
Okay. Number one, what the fuck?
Yeah, we were all.
Number two, what the actual fuck? And Bunda was here saying he's going to come back from a foot problem in 9 days. Yeah, that's one of the part that I'm not understanding either. Is the foot problem worked? Is it not worked? Is the foot problem the angle that they go by and Punk's like, oh no, I'm in Chicago, it's all out, I'm gonna fight through it, and I'm gonna get back my title tonight. Like, you need an angle for the show. Come on, guys, help me out here.
Apparently,
they're trying to do that on Dynamite next week. Where they're going to establish it, and the pay-per-view in All Out is going to be in Chicago, Kuristi. I don't know. What the hell are they doing?
On the other side of the coin, apparently now there's a lot of interest generated at All Out, and many of the wrestling media YouTubers I follow, including Wrestle Talk, actually brought up a good point that this adds an interesting dynamic as to what's actually going to happen at All Out, adding a sense of mystery of what they're going to do for a main event.
Wrestle Talk. Give us a subscribe.
Please don't mock them.
I'm not mocking them. I like those.
All right.
those
so
weird.
What do you think about that, Juancho? The idea of like, okay, there's a mystery now. What's going to happen as the main event for All Out?
Okay, it'd be fine if it was an actual mystery, but if this is what it's rumored that it's going to be, I don't really think it would work out that well. You would need another wrinkle in that match. It would. It can't be a fucking blood and guts score match with Moxley bleeding buckets and Punk.
Wrestling fans are also speculating that MJF may make a surprise return.
That's another one. That is so fucking weird. And Bunda saying this quote unquote dynamic is not going to make people buy more pay-per-views. Maybe not. We don't know. We're gonna have to see what the numbers churn out. If there's any way to find like the pay-per-view buy rate before this match. On this week's episode of Dynamite and going into next week, if there's a way to track that, somebody show me. I would love to find out because that would be an excellent way to an excellent metric.
Now, on another note, I do want to bring up something here. If Punk's foot is not 100% and he is legit hurt because man, he looked like he was actually in pain, then yeah. Having them move that match from the main event of All Out to this week's Dynamite may have been a smart move because that would have been a huge disappointment for the Chicago crowd.
No, it would have been unwieldy. What the hell? I still don't understand why they went with it this way. And of course there were freaking the moment the match ended, people were hollering in the rooftops like, "Yeah, that's what you get, Punk. You're being punished on TV for trying to call out Hangman Adam Page. You're being punished. You're being shot down. This is what he gets."
Oh man,
AEW is the best. Young Bucks forever. Like, come on, guys, come the fuck on.
Come the fuck on.
If I Tony Khan is a coked out dweeb, but CM Punk is no idiot. The guy knows what he's doing. He wouldn't if he did go in unscripted, then he would not have agreed so readily with Moxley. Moxley would have had to actually sit down and talk with with Punk and actually explain his logic on it so Punk can go get behind it. Adriana G's on the chat. Hello, Adriana.
Hello, Adriana. Thank you very much for joining us.
It's okay to agree with Bunda. It's okay to disagree with Bunda. It's not the end of the world. We don't have the same opinion as Bunda does in terms of professional wrestling, and that's all right.
That is fine.
Like chocolate and vanilla. That's okay.
Some
folks are heathens and they like pecan ice cream. I don't fucking know.
That being said, yeah, no, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what AEW is going to do in terms of a main event for All Out. They might surprise us with one thing, they might surprise us with the other. We'll see. My only hope is that they don't destroy the value of any of the top stars such as CM Punk aforementioned, and they don't destroy the prestige of the AEW World Title.
More to the point, now that Jon Moxley's AEW World Champion, how bullshit would it look if Moxley went in as champion and left being beaten in just over a week and a half?
Ooh, that would have sucked.
Yeah, in 9 days. That
would have really sucked.
What in the okay? That on the other hand would be a pee poo poo way for Punk to become champion. But at the same time, it would be an excellent way if the rumors are true and MJF is supposedly going to make his appearance there. I don't know what Bunda's opinion on Maxwell Jacob Friedman is. I'm pretty sure he thinks that the salt of the earth is the scum of the earth in more ways than one. But at the same time, that's the character that he plays. Anyway, the point is, if that's the angle that they're going by, then MJF would have to sabotage the shit out of All Out. Not just in screwing up with their pretty main event, but actually go in and cause havoc that would cause people to think like, oh crap, he's gone off the fucking rocker. He's going into actually going into business for himself.
Maybe, according to news sources, AEW has had zero contact with MJF, and they're keeping quiet about the subject.
Maybe not. And Kurisi said, I think Punk has other plans. We're not sure. We really don't know.
We don't know. Everything is left in uncertainty.
Yeah, Punk has been in AEW for a year, and he hadn't had a chance to defend his world title properly until this unification match, and where he lost it to Moxley. So now we'll have to see where it goes from there.
Yeah, and of course, as far as Moxley goes, hey man, you know what? He is just as deserving as being world champion as CM Punk, especially recently after coming back from rehab and overcoming his addiction.
Still, all this stuff that we're talking about, it's rumors and shenanigans, rumors and innuendo. Take it all
with a pinch of salt.
A pinch of salt.
Thank you. All right, now let's get to the actual main event match of the night.
The actual match that matters. Look loud.
And it is the AEW World Trios Championship Tournament semifinal match between the team of Death Triangle, which consists of the AEW All-Atlantic Champion Pac, Penta El Cero Miedo, and Rey Fenix, the Lucha Brothers, versus the team of the United Empire, which is the IWGP United States Champion Will Ospreay and the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Tag Team Champions Aussie Open. Yep, they're all
Aussie Open. They're all
Aussie
Australians.
They're all, well, Will Ospreay is the only one from England.
Holy crap, hola.
All right,
yeah,
so
no, and what's her face? Could he see saying like it seems like why did he hurt his foot so fast? That's the thing, because I saw that he rotated on his bad foot, and oh yeah, no, when he did the spinning heel kick, the spinning heel kick to Moxie's face, Punk was rotating on his bad foot, and that foot apparently got re-injured, or that's what it looked like to me.
that's what it looked like. Yeah, and,
Right.
yeah.
Let's get to this trios match.
This was such an exciting main event. There's way too many spots for me to call. If I spend time on it, I'm going to be here all night. We're already running late as it is.
Thanks to the botch of the stream earlier.
Yeah, no. But everyone pulled off all stops here. There were top rope dives, Lucha Bros doing their own lucha things. It was really cool. A lot of one of the cool spots I want to point attention to is, first of all, Pac hitting his nonstop German suplexes onto Will Ospreay, and they even had a top rope, and it even had a top turnbuckle moment where Pac nailed Will Ospreay with a super brain buster.
Also, Christy's dropping a $5 super chat for us. Thank you very much for that, Christy.
Thank you very much.
You need a name for your salt packet if it doesn't have one yet. I vote for Salty. Yeah, Salty Pete. Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, so getting close to the finish of the match, after Pac laid out Aussie Open with a moonsault to the outside, he turned his attention to a mysterious dude that was wearing a paper bag over his head that says underrated or whatever the hell it's called. And it's supposed to be, I don't have a picture of it, unfortunately. It's supposed to be AEW wrestler Kip Sapien, who has not been on television since 2020. He's been kept under the radar. But
Why?
No clue. But as Pac took the paper bag off the guy's head, it turned out to be somebody else with duct tape in his mouth, and it was a setup. It was all a ruse. Kip Sapien attacks Pac from behind,
Ow.
which should have been a disqualification finish, but the referee did not call it. Weird.
What the fuck, ref?
So at the end, United Empire executed their finishing move on Rey Fenix and got the win. So your winners and advancing to the finals, the United Empire.
The United Empire. Holy crap. And Bunda was actually asking, are we not going to address the Eddie Kingston-Sammy Guevara incident?
That's something I will be talking about this Saturday, along with all the other backstage kerfuffle that's happening with All Elite Wrestling, Juan.
Okay, so yeah, Bunda, it looks like the Eddie Kingston-Sammy Guevara situation is actually a little bit bigger than what Wrestle Rewind can handle. So we're going to stick with the matches and stuff tonight. And we'll actually address that along with more drama from the gold brand of AEW on this week's episode of the Ravens Flock.
But Dynamite's not over yet, because after the match, out came Juan, your favorite trio. I don't have a picture of it, and I spared you for a reason.
Don't touch me.
The Elite.
I'm gonna freaking throw my bottle.
Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks.
Fucking young fucks.
Oh.
Okay, you want to know the stupid thing? Okay, I don't like the Young Bucks to save my life, but Jose got me a Young Bucks t-shirt a few years back.
Before you hated them.
Before I realized how shit they were. But did I fucking burn that the way jackasses were burning CM Punk merchandise? No! I just don't wear it for anything unless I plan on getting really dirty and or messy, in which case I would wear the Young Fucks shirt because I won't value it that much because I can be okay with that. You don't freaking burn perfectly good clothing, people!
Yeah, Kenny Omega had a one-on-one confrontation with Will Ospreay, setting up their dream match.
Dream match of the last century.
Yep.
Is here's the Elite and the United Empire. We're gonna take you down.
It's a dream New Japan Pro Wrestling
Now,
wrestling
Kenny
match. that
Olivier and the Young Fucks, you can shit on them all day long, Bunda.
Yeah.
Now watch Bunda be a fucking contrarian saying, no, Kenny Omega and the Elite.
Oh no, what'd he say? What'd he say?
No, he hasn't said anything about them.
Okay.
So
that being
how
said,
much you want to bet just to be a contrarian, he's going to be all over the Elite just to piss me off.
so yeah, the Elite versus the United Empire. Kenny Omega versus
fucking
Will
with you, but you know
Ospreay, which is a fantasy wrestling match that hardcore wrestling fans want to see.
Like, this is the dream match of the century. Everyone who likes real professional wrestling wants to see us together, grabbing each other in the ring.
Hey, you know what? You can say fuck the Young Bucks all you want, but don't you dare say fuck Kenny Omega.
Why would I? He ain't my type.
Oh!
He just got.
It's because he's not from
another
Kukum.
overrated, overrated mom drawing midget. Mom drawing.
He's talking about Kenny Omega.
No, like what's a mom drawing?
A mom drawing.
Is that like? Is that like? Hey, mom, you don't know anything about wrestling, do you? Can you draw Kenny Omega for me? Yeah, sure, sweetie. Give me a credit. Is that what you mean? What,
I don't know what
that means. I don't know what that means.
All right, but let's go ahead and move on to tonight's edition of Impact Wrestling. Yay!
Oh, non-drawing. Okay, I get it. As in, this midget doesn't draw.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. A mom drawing, I'm like, what? Okay, it's okay. Thank you, Bunda.
Thank you, Bunda. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Before I talk about Impact Wrestling.
Snowflake saying, why you sound like Trump started narrating Wrestle Rewind. What the hell? When I was doing Kenny Omega, my phony
Kenny Omega phone sex voice.
Apparently,
because
wow.
Kenny Omega, he goes out of his way to talk like he's always out of breath. And he has his voice up, just pitched up a little bit higher when he talks to people on the microphone, as if he's trying to be very intimate with you.
Oh, God, please stop. You're going to creep people out.
Well, that's how the motherfucking guy sounds. What do you want me to do?
I'm just surprised that Special Snowflake made some sort of weird connection between Kenny Omega and Donald Trump.
Ow. Okay, I don't like Kenny Olivier, but I wouldn't go that far. That's kind of like heinous shit, but, do what you want. It's
All
okay.
right, let's talk about tonight's edition of Impact Wrestling, which takes place over in Dallas, Texas, the Lone Star State.
Yeehaw. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yes, indeed.
Was that one of the stupid thing that they were trying to do for Raw or SmackDown or whatever?
I think.
I don't remember.
So they started off with the Knockouts tag team match as the team of the Impact Knockouts tag team champions Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green, called Vexed. VXT.
Vexed.
Versus
no, that was a creeper voice. I did that on purpose, Christy.
Versus Mia Yim and the Impact Knockouts World Champion Jordan Grace.
Okay, I need to control myself. So many hot ladies in that match. Please keep this professional and brief.
I will keep this professional and brief
before I lose all pelvis control.
All right, so during this tag match, it started off pretty average until the heel teams Vexed. They used their 2-on-1 advantage to isolate Mia Yim away from Jordan Grace.
Ow.
But then later on during the match, Jordan Grace got in the hot tag, and she was how do I put it in WWE terms? She was a big giant bag of great balls of fire.
Okay, that's a stupid term.
Yeah, I know that was a stupid term.
She was on fire and she unloaded on Deonna Purrazzo.
She unloaded great
Green.
balls of fire.
You can stop with the great balls of fire. I will grab a lighter and incendiate thine testicles.
So it looked like the babyfaces were going to win the championship, the Knockouts tag titles, but until
championship match?
It was a championship match.
Oh shit!
Until Chelsea Green pulled a sneaky move with the referee's back turn, knocking out Mia Yim, and then Vexed executed their finishing move on Jordan Grace, with Deonna Purrazzo pinning the Knockouts World Champion to retain. Your winners and still Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champions, Vexed.
Holy shit. That is dirty, but at least you've got the unity and cohesion going on between Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Christy, I apologize. She says, thanks a lot. Now I'm going to have nightmares courtesy of Juancho's take on Kenny Omega's voice.
Ha 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 ha. Oh, Juancho.
Oh, Juan. You doing psychotic voices. Oh, Juan. Called it.
All right. But yeah, that was a fun match. And you know what? The Knockouts division is one of the major cornerstones of Impact Wrestling. They have the best women's division right now in pro wrestling, and that is a hill that I will gladly die on.
Not bad. Yeah, and you wouldn't be wrong on that. You wouldn't be uninformed. And that is an intelligent opinion to have because like one of the things that Impact Wrestling has been trying to cultivate over the years was, okay, it's clear we're never going to beat WWE. We'll never beat a Monday Night War or whatever the fuck they were trying to do back when they were called TNA. So like, okay, you know what? Let's focus on actually putting out a good product on our own as best as we can.
Absolutely. And you know what? Good on them.
And the X Division, hang on. And the X Division wrestlers and the Knockouts Division have been
putting out bangers.
Yeah, they've been doing gangbusters for Impact. So I don't see why. I don't think anyone should fault Impact Wrestling for that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That being said, let's go ahead and move on to the exciting match of the night, and it is a one-on-one match between Mike Bennett, representing Honor No More, and one half of the Impact World Tag Team Champions and the never openweight champion from New Japan Pro Wrestling, the Machine Gun, Carl Anderson, representing Bullet Club.
So we've got Honor No More versus Bullet Club continuing their feud here. Mike Bennett, looking like the motherfucker has been trying his best to not be in the shadow of his hot wife and failing miserably, versus Carl the Machine Gun Anderson, who's apparently the only thing that Vince McMahon ever saw in the guy was his abs, was his like six-pack of abs, which is so bizarre. But you know what? We like fucking.
This is Vince.
This is Vince.
We
Vince
shouldn't be
creepy.
surprised.
He's weird.
That being said, the stipulation of this match is that if Carl Anderson pins Mike Bennett, then Maria Kanellis will not be at ringside for their tag team championship match next week.
Jen is over here saying goodnight. She's got to get some sleep. Thank you for joining us tonight, Jen. We appreciate it a lot. We hope that we can catch you on the replay, or you can catch us this Saturday on our double whammy of Los Amigos playing the Ravens flock.
Yeah,
we hope you have a good night. Rest well. Have yourself a great rest of your night. Take
Absolutely. Care. This is great. This was great back and forth wrestling. Lots of chops exchanged for both Anderson and Bennett.
Powerhouse men. These guys are fucking built like brick hit houses. They are. So, like, of course, they're going to bring it in this kind of match.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Mike Bennett was able to turn the tides around in this fight during the match as it went to commercial break. They were taking the fight to ringside, and Mike Bennett knocked Carl Anderson shoulder first onto the security barricade and took control for the remainder of the match. Carl Anderson was able to rally back up, hitting him move for move, and then we get to the finish as Mike Kanellis was distracting the referee. Out came Eddie Edwards, the leader of Honor No More, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett's tag partner, to try and screw over Carl Anderson. But right behind him was the big LG, Doc Gallows, the other half of the Knockouts tag team of the Impact Tag Team Champions, to choke slam Matt Taven onto the ring apron corner. That's painful.
Hell yes. Also, Jen was saying she'll let it stream while she goes to sleep.
Yep.
That is very kind of you.
Carl Anderson then finishes the match hitting Mike Bennett with the gun stun and getting the win. Your winner, Carl Anderson.
And Maria Kanellis is officially barred from ringside when Bullet Club and Honor No More finally clash once and for all. And it turned out that what's-his-face, Scott D'Amore, the executive, the head of Impact Wrestling, even congratulated the Good Brothers here after the match. Like, thank God. You guys, do us a favor. Shut those a-holes up.
He's not biased at all.
Like, okay, at least he's a face authority figure instead of a bad guy heel. At least he's a babyface authority figure. Like, okay, you know what? I'm setting down the rules. I'm authoritative, but I call it right. These guys are a-holes. I'm gonna make sure they get what's coming to them. They try to skirt by the rules and all that crap. So, like, you don't see many babyface authority figures in pro wrestling. I think the last really good one they had was Teddy Long over in WWE when he was SmackDown general manager.
You are absolutely right. He was the last good one. He had his moments where he was a heel, but
they're one-on-one with the Undertaker.
A tag team match, player.
Holla, holla. Yeah, that's where we got that meme from. Thank you, Teddy Long.
And now let's get to the exciting segment of the night, and it is a video package hyping the main event where Violent by Design will be going up against the team of Time Machine, which is the former NXT Cruiserweight Champion Kushida teaming with the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, so it's official. Who was Kushida tag team with?
He was tag team with Alex Shelley.
Alex Shelley. Okay, so that's the connection. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin are the Motor City Machine Guns. When Alex Shelley was with Kushida,
they were the Time Splitters.
But the three of them together, they're called Time Machine.
Great Scott!
Man, this is heavy.
Ha ha! Time to bust out the Back to the Future jokes tonight. Oh boy.
Jumping gigawatts, everybody!
All right, so Violent by Design. This was a pretty good video package, very well produced, very creepy as fuck. As they they cut their usual shtick.
Why are we pushing Eric Young?
Basically saying like, oh yeah, they're gonna realize that the world doesn't belong to them, the world belongs to us, and it's time's up for the Time Machine.
Ha
ha!
ha!
Time jokes.
Time jokes.
All right, let's go ahead and
temporal jocularity. There we go. Whatever.
Temporal joculation? What?
No, jocularity. What the hell is wrong with me? I'm supposed to be the perv ball in the group. Don't you step on my gag.
I'm taking your gerb.
You're taking my gerb. Okay, next time.
All right.
Hey. Am I looking at these freaking images right? Are we getting a resolution to something stupid?
Not really. But let's go ahead and talk about it anyway. So first of all, out came the Impact Digital Media Champion, the most professional wrestler, Brian Myers, joining the commentary booth with Matthew Raywalt and Tom Hannafan. And they're calling the one-on-one match between this newcomer who goes by the name of
Jason Hotch.
Jason Hotch, who is a newcomer for Impact Wrestling. He recently won his contract during their own version of WWE Tough Enough series, which is called the Impact Gut Check.
Was this it?
Yeah.
Cool. Good for him.
Yep. One of the coaches, Lance Storm, ECW legend Lance Storm.
What's your face? Snowflake saying, and now when I click on your video, it'll be age restricted. Joke's on you. We already age restrict our thing. We don't want any kids watching this. We are very 18 plus. Do not watch us if you are under age. What the shite?
Yeah, I know, right? So that being said, yeah, no. So good on him. Great story there. He won his.
One. Well, we're not. Actually, it's the other way around. Snowflake. We could. You actually don't get to monetize at all if you have your content made for kids.
Yeah.
So it's the other way around.
So yeah, a great background story on Hotch, man. He came from developmental. He wrestled on a gut check, and he earned his contract. So good on him. And then he took on Bhupinder Gujar.
What?
Bhupinder Gujar, the same guy who was feuding with Brian Myers for the digital media title for reasons.
The charisma vacuum dude.
The man with the titties.
With the massive boobas.
The Punjabi boobas.
What the hell? Okay.
The Punjabi ale boobas. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Okay, you can stop. That's kind of racist.
I'm sorry. I take that back. But I'm not taking back the Punjabi boobas.
No, that's the part that's racist. Come on, man.
All right, fine. But fine.
Okay. This guy is a charisma vacuum because the motherfucker can't spit out what he's trying to say. It's not a language barrier. It's a freaking connecting with anyone watching barrier. At least Brian Myers has some experience with that, but there's only so much you can work out when you're sparring barbs in a verbal contest with a mute.
Pretty much, it's all one-sided. But that being
said,
of
John Laryngitis strikes again. Oh,
I know, right? That being said,
that was Von Wagner. This is his cousin.
This was an okay. This was an okay match. It wasn't really big to write home on, and we saw a lot of great chops from Jason Hotch. He definitely showed his. He was definitely got a chance to showcase his skills with Impact Wrestling with the Dallas crowd. In the end, Bhupinder Gujar won with the gargoyle spear from the top rope and getting the victory.
So Bhupinder Gujar won the match. Ow.
Yes.
Okay. And we're not gonna lie, the guy's jacked, but it takes more than a proper physical presence to come off as a star. That's why Bhupinder Gujar is why we rag on him relentlessly for not being that good in connecting, especially with those backstage promos against Brian Myers.
Oh no, it gets better. Get to the bad segment, which Brian Myers, he started off as he was going to cut a promo, and then he surprised attacked Bhupinder Gujar, planting him with the DDT.
And son of John Laryngitis.
Yeah, and
Shrug. Might as well.
and forcing the referee Scott Armstrong to pin, even though it wasn't an official match. And then Bhupinder Gujjar turned around and hit Brian Myers with a gargoyle spear, and then he pinned Brian Myers, and then the referee gave a deliberate fast count. Well, again, it wasn't an official
he went
match.
like, okay, excuse me, what the hell is this? I don't get it. You guys are weird.
Yeah, and then Bhupinder Gujjar basically stole the Impact Digital Media Championship from Brian Myers. What a good guy, everyone!
What the fuck? Like, so he walked away with the championship belt on him?
Yes, even though it wasn't an official match, he didn't officially win it. He
And
just
even Scott Armstrong, the referee, is actually looking at them and see, was like,
You know, fuck
guys, fuck it. If this will get you two ladies to quit kissing, I'll fucking count and get out. You guys are embarrassing.
The good guy, everyone.
The good guy, Bhupinder Gujjar. Actually, I think I can find the expression of the referee. I'm going to go ahead and see. This is the face of a pro wrestling official who has no clue what the hell he's looking at.
He's just done.
He's just done. He's just fucking done, folks.
By the way, a fun fact, that referee, Scott Armstrong, used to referee for the WWE.
And he was an excellent referee. Since Bunda mentioned it earlier, Scott Armstrong was actually the referee in the CM Punk versus John Cena match at WWE's Money in the Bank 2011 in Chicago when Punk won the World Championship of the WWE and left on the last day of his contract.
Oh, yeah.
That was him. He officiated that shit. It's his fault. Give me a second. I got to fix this stuff before I go into the next graphic over
Man,
here.
we're tying everything together, man, in this weird multiverse of wrestling with CM Punk.
So my IQ got worse due to the quote-unquote match. No, actually, kind of. I feel like what's that line? Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to what you said.
Yes.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Pretty much. So let's get to the main event of the night, and it is the six-man tag match, player.
Holla, holla, holla,
That's
holla.
the
holla,
team
holla.
of Violent by Design, Eric Young, Joe Doring, and Cody Deaner versus the Time Machine.
Bum, bum, bum,
The Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley teaming up with the former NXT Cruiserweight Champion Kushida.
You can keep on
All right, so
Back to the future.
So Violent by Design used their 3-on-1 advantage to isolate Chris Sabin. Chris Sabin was taking the most of the punishment from Violent by Design.
Sabin's the one with the hoodie up. Alex Shelley's the one with the long swoopy hair, right?
Yes.
And Kushida's the one dressed like Marty McFly.
Yes. Yes.
Gotta love Billy Madison. Yep, that was a Billy Madison reference. Thank you.
So yeah, Chris Sabin was isolated. Violent by Design used their 3-on-1 advantage to keep him away from the team. Chris Sabin was taking a lot of the punishment until
also Mr. Quake is in the chat. Hello, Mr. Quake.
Hello, Mr. Quake. Thank you very much for joining us.
Saying good times, man. Appreciate that. Thank you.
But as soon as the babyfaces got the tag in, man, Time Machine took off at 88 miles an hour against Violent by Design and
They
hit
just
them
saw
with
some serious shit.
I saw some serious shit. They hit a whole bunch of crazy spots, which just like the main event for AEW Dynamite, it's too many for me to call, and I'll be here all night. And it's already near midnight, so I'll get straight to the finish. After
Mr. Quake says we're awesome and Punk is overrated. Great to be here. Appreciate that. We disagree with you respectively, and thank you. We're glad to have you.
So after Time Machine hit each member of Violent by Design with their finishing move, then we got the main finish where Chris Sabin nails the cradle shock on Cody Deaner, pinning him, getting the win. Your winners, Time Machine.
Oh, you know the rest.
Gotta get back in time. Bam, bam, bam. Get me back in time. Oh, man. I love that song. Anyway, so final words on this week's review. Impact Wrestling was definitely a lot of fun to watch. The opening match with the knockouts was definitely worth watching. Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green continue to dominate as the tag team, which they were briefly on NXT, but this time they actually get a chance to fucking, add some
show their work as a tag team.
Show their work as
Vexed.
Yeah.
VXT Vexed. That is clever. I don't get it, but it's clever.
Also, Jessica had her in-ring debut, which was silly but fun.
Yeah, the folks got to remember, they're like the faction known as Decay used to have Havoc, who was this big girl who was evil and weird and crazy, but she got broken and she was brought back from another dimension, and now she's Jessica.
Yep, it was all
so
fun
weird.
and bubbly and weird.
And she's moe as fuck.
And of course the main event was definitely awesome. I love seeing the Motor City Machine Guns with Kushida. That was fun. That was great. And I hope to see what Motor City Machine Guns brings to the table when they wrestle at All Out.
And of course, with the fact that now Kushida is part of their part of their coven, their group. They're now the Time Machine. I am actually excited for that. I give shit about the three-man factions being a trios championship thing, making that an official thing. But if it were up to me, if you must have a trios champion, Time Machine would be it. Not the fucking Elite, not Dork Order, not fucking whoever else, not the United Empire of Will Ospreay. No, Motor City Machine Guns and Kushida. They've got speed. They've got strength. They've got championship reigns under their belts individually. Motherfuck.
I agree, and at the same time I disagree, because my pick would be their opponents at All Out, FTR and Wardlow, the former members of the Pinnacle.
Okay, that is arguably a good point over there. Also, Mr. Quake is saying Mako reminds me of Cobra Kai mentor.
Yeah! Miko Satomura, yeah. Oh my God, yes.
Strike first, strike hard, no mercy.
I know, right?
Cobra Kai is coming back, folks.
That being said, AEW Dynamite was definitely a show. Obviously, the major talking point is the CM Punk versus Jon Moxley finish.
And the shit going on apparently between Guevara and Eddie Kingston?
And yeah, the Guevara and Eddie Kingston. Yeah, Eddie Kingston.
That is so weird. What the fuck is going on with these guys?
We will be talking about it this Saturday, along with all the other backstage chaos that's going on with All Elite Wrestling. But
I have so many questions.
Chill. We'll get to that this Saturday.
No chill.
Yeah, and everything else on the show was pretty good. I'd say Jay Lethal and Dax Harwood had a great wrestling match, which was honestly the best match of the night. The main event match was definitely a lot of fun. It's nice to see Death Triangle come back together again, taking on the United Empire. The finish of the match was kind of weird because, man, I forgot about Kip Sapien until last night. So, yeah, no, and then of course, NXT 2.0. NXT 2.0 was fun. The main event, however like I said, depends on how you see Wendy Chu as a character. I thought it was silly. I didn't hate it. I laughed.
Like we said before, we get it. We understand the appeal of the character of Wendy Chu. It's fun. It's silly. It's not for us because we know what Wendy Chu can do as a wrestler. She can be a lean, mean fighting machine. But she's going for, you know what, if I can get over in gym jams and sleepy girl stuff and getting over by like shooting people with squirt guns.
Then why the hell not, right?
Then I can get over any fucking where.
That being said, everything else that they did on that night, it was to set up for Worlds Collide. We're going to have a Women's Championship Unification match, the main men's title unification match. We're also going to have a Tag Team Championship Unification match.
That's actually a very good comparison there, Mr. Quake. They're saying Wendy Chu is kind of like a one-woman version of the New Day. It's, quote, unique.
Fair enough. I'll give you that. It is unique. We're also going to have a tag team unification match with the UK tag team champions of Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen taking on the NXT tag team champions Diamond Mine. So
yeah, all the NXT UK championships are going to be dissolved in and folded into the main NXT brand.
But hang on a minute. You know what? This brings up a good question. What about the North America champion?
Unique. Besides this entertainment, that's what you're saying.
What about the North America title and the NXT UK Heritage Cup? If they're
Is the Heritage Cup an actual championship belt?
It's a trophy.
Then no, it's just a trophy.
They defend it as a title.
Then no, they're probably gonna dissolve that. The North American title belt, it actually makes a little bit more sense to keep that as a mid-tier championship. And what's her face regarding Wendy Chu? That's facts, says Kuristi. And Quake is saying Roderick Strong is Seth Rollins 2.0. Yeah, if they let Roderick
he's
Strong
Seth Rollins
do
2.0. He's Seth Rollins 2.0, but with the trash talking lisp of Jake Hager. I finally realized why he's bad on the mic. He lisps a lot, and he sounds like a younger version of Jake Hager.
Oh no!
Go back and look up his promos and tell me I'm wrong.
You gotta be shitting
Tell me I'm wrong.
You've got to be shitting me. No. Oh, what the
All right, so that will pretty much does it for this review. A couple of announcements before we plug out. Yes, Los Amigos Play will be returning this Saturday at 5 p.m. We will be continuing the dumpster fire that is DMC Devil May Cry.
Definitive edition.
Yep.
The Shakespearean mess. Oh, by the way, he's a robot too. Oh, God.
And we'll also be, and of course, our main show, The Ravens Flock. We will be discussing the backstage chaos of All Elite Wrestling, along with some interesting details. And I do want to bring this up because this happened last week, actually, and I want to bring this up this Saturday. There are some interesting legal details concerning voice actor Vic Mignogna.
Okay, so we're going to talk about Vic McNuggets on
Saturday? Yes.
We're going to talk about Vic Mariachi?
Yes, we are.
We're going to talk about Vic Nicaragua?
Yes, we are.
Vic McNuggets with a side of fries?
With a side of with a side of shade, yes.
And a side of shade and McNugget sauce.
Yes, we are.
Holy crap! No Szechuan sauce.
With no Szechuan sauce, but with a touch of salt.
Oh, Quake is asking what Vic is gone. No, Vic Mignogna. Okay, we're actually going in an update on a long-standing situation between Mignogna and two other talents, but we're gonna get into that Saturday. Don't forget, folks. I announced it last night on the Black Files, but I'm bringing it back one more time. This Saturday, on this week's edition of the Ravens Flock, starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to debut our channel membership subscription. So at $4.99 a month, you guys can subscribe to us. You'll get access. You'll get early access to exclusive videos. You'll get exclusive members-only posts, members-only streams that we'll do once a month, and of course, badges and emojis galore.
Yay!
So show some support for the Ravens Flock, and let's bring that home this Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time as we simulcast on YouTube and Twitch.
All right, with that being said, Wancho, plug us away.
Don't mind if I do. Thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of Wrestle Rewind, hosted by Jose Casabona, as he highlights and counts down the best and worst of the three most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today. WWE's NXT 2.0, All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling. Be sure to join us as we review these shows live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch. Hit the subscribe or the follow button and ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all of our media content, and join us on the live stream as we join us as part of the show as we carry along conversations during the durations that we are live. Until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Twitch.tv/TheRavensFlockOnline, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and the Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind. I'm your host, Jose Casabona. That was Juan Arouse, and this was wrestling.